aka Waka Kaka Waka Kaka Waka Woo! Welcome to the realm of our story where witches, spells, and pet Montessoris reign supreme. Picture this, an evil witch, cackling with glee, as she conjures a spell so potent that it whisks you away from your comfy armchair and plops you into... wait for it, Miss Belle Pum's pet Montessori. Yes, you heard it right, a pet Montessori. Now you might be thinking, what kind of witch sends people to a pet Montessori? Well, let me tell you, this isn't just any witch. And Miss Belle Pum's pet Montessori isn't just any old Montessori. It's a place where the unexpected is the norm, where chaos reigns, and where the line between the human world and the animal kingdom is as thin as a cat's whisker. The spell worked. Welcome to the world of Miss Belle Pum's pet Montessori. Brace yourselves, it's no ordinary place. Let's take a break from the chaos and talk about something delicious. Ever heard of a lentil and vegetable shepherd's pie? No? Well, sit tight as we take you on a culinary adventure. Picture this, a bubbling pot filled with lentils and a rainbow of vegetables, a creamy, fluffy mountain of mashed potatoes, and a sprinkle of golden, crispy breadcrumbs. Got your mouth watering yet? Good. Let's get started. First, you'll need a handful of ingredients. Lentils, a medley of vegetables like carrots, peas and corn, potatoes, milk, butter and breadcrumbs. Now let's start with the filling. Sauté your vegetables until they're tender, then add your lentils and some vegetable broth. Let that simmer until the lentils are cooked and the flavors are well combined. Meanwhile, boil your potatoes until they're soft. Mash them up with some milk and butter until they're creamy and smooth. Now, it's time to assemble your pie. Layer your lentil and vegetable mixture in a baking dish, then top it off with your mashed potatoes. Sprinkle some breadcrumbs on top for that extra crunch. Pop it in the oven and bake until the top is golden brown and the filling is bubbling. Serve it hot, maybe with a side of mixed greens or a slice of crusty bread, and there you have it. A hearty lentil and vegetable shepherd's pie that's sure to satisfy your taste buds. Don't forget to save some for Miss Belle Pum and her family. They could use a break from their wild adventures. Now back to our regularly scheduled programming. Meet our protagonist, Miss Belle Pum, the Madam Butterfly, the woman who runs this Montessori. She's the head honcho, the big cheese, the queen bee, if you will. Now, Miss Belle Pum isn't your ordinary Montessori owner. Oh no, she's got a personality as colourful as a peacock on a rainbow diet. Now, Miss Belle Pum is part of a unique family tree. Meet her sister, Halve, a woman who's so sugary sweet she's practically made of candy floss. Her children are quite the sight too. First, there's Pole, the male polar bear. Yes, you heard that right, a polar bear. Then there's Nuddles, the youngest, a golden bear, and Zoe, the middle child, who's also made of candy floss and has short yellow hair in pigtails. Quite the unconventional trio, wouldn't you say? But every story needs a villain, and ours is Horse McGorse. In our eyes, he's the epitome of a goody two-shoes, always trying to paint us as mischievous troublemakers. Little does he know that we wear that badge with pride. Now let's talk about the pet Montessori. It's not your average Montessori. One time, a dog got sick into a baby's mouth who then vomited into a soup bowl, which the toddlers then ate. They even added it to a cake they were baking. One man who ate the cake was so sick, he vomited up his Christmas dinner. Miss Belle Pum, ever the opportunist, quipped, "That's tomorrow's soup prepared." As you can see, a day in the life of Miss Belle Pum and her family is anything but dull. You never know what wild and wacky adventures are around the corner in the Pum World. So buckle up and hold on to your hats because things are about to get interesting. In the midst of all the cooking, naughty Nina, a notorious little kitten known for her mischiefs, decided to make her own contribution. As the toddlers were busy mixing the cake batter, naughty Nina saw an opportunity. With a mischievous glint in her eyes, she pranced over to the open mixing bowl and, believe it or not, did a huge poo right into the recipe. The children, oblivious to Nina's antics, continued to mix the batter, unknowingly blending the poo into it. Meanwhile, Miss D, a remarkable woman with a unique talent, let out a loud fart on Dame Street, causing a few pedestrians to jump in surprise. But that's a story for another day. Back at the Montessori, the poo-laden cake was put into the oven. With a sigh, Miss Belle Pum shook her head, chuckling at the chaos that was her everyday life. Well, that's one way to add flavour to a recipe, she mused. And with that, the scene at the Pum World returns to its usual state of wild unpredictability. Stay tuned for more. Let me tell you about the time when a dog's vomit turned into a cake. Yes, you heard it right, a vomit cake. It was just another day at Miss Belle Pum's pet Montessori. The sun was shining, the birds were chirping, and the children were playing with their adorable pets. But then, as fate would have it, a dog named Ruff decided it was the perfect time to regurgitate his breakfast. Now, here's where it gets interesting. There was a baby crawling about, exploring the world on all fours. Ruff, in his post-vomit days, accidentally let loose his partially digested meal right into the open mouth of our tiny explorer. The baby, with a taste palate not yet refined, did what babies do best. He vomited right into a soup bowl that was lying around. In the chaos that ensued, no one noticed the soup bowl. The toddlers, in their perpetual state of curiosity, decided to play a game of Master Chef. They added their secret ingredient, the contents of the soup bowl, into their cake batter. The cake was baked, decorated and served with a side of innocent smiles. Now, imagine the scene. A man, let's call him Joe, bites into a slice of the cake. His face contorts, he turns green, and there it was, the regurgitated Christmas dinner making a reappearance. The room goes silent, and then Miss Belle Pum, our Madam Butterfly, breaks the silence. With a twinkle in her eye, she says, "That's tomorrow's soup prepared." Oh, the horror, the hilarity. The Montessori was filled with laughter, and a few gagging sounds, I must admit. But amidst the chaos, a lesson was learned. Never leave a soup bowl unattended in a pet Montessori, because you never know when it might become a secret ingredient for a vomit cake. And that, my friends, is how you make a vomit cake. Bon appetit. If you thought the vomit cake was bad, wait till you hear about Miss Belle Pum's Unforgettable Party. Oh, it was a shindig to end all shindigs, hosted at the pet Montessori. The guest list included animals, children, parents and other unsuspecting souls. But Miss Belle Pum had a surprise guest up her sleeve. The goody two-shoes, the party pooper, the unwanted guest in every party, Horse Magorse. Now, Miss Belle Pum, our Madam Butterfly, is known for her eccentricities, but this party took the cake, and not the vomit one, thank heavens. The menu was something straight out of a nightmare's cookbook. She had the pigs vomit into a pot and served it as soup. Then they peed into glasses and served that as a drink. And the piece de resistance, the cherry on top of this horrific sundae, was the dessert. The pigs were allowed to do their business on plates, and these were served as chocolate pudding. A revenge dish, served not cold but steaming and stinky, aimed squarely at Horse Magorse. The reactions were priceless. People were so sick they vomited out their ears, making a sound that could only be described as fuck you
One man was so taken back that he vomited into his wife's mouth. A woman getting a tan was
covered in vomit, ruining her bronzed look. Another lady grew hair on her tongue. Talk about a party trick. One man was so sick he vomited out his eyes, causing permanent blindness. A lady even chased Horse Magorse, singing "I, yippee yippee I," wearing nothing but silk pyjamas and riding 6 white horses. And amidst all this chaos, Pole the male polar bear turned to Zoe and asked a question. Zoe, ever the candy floss sweetheart, responded, "She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes." And then Nuddles let out a fart. And that was the party that no one could forget, no matter how hard they tried. Remember, nothing is ever ordinary in Miss Belle Pum's world.